What is it?
You have some nerve showing up here after you sold us out. I'll let Marcia speak for herself, but I'm pretty sure she's not interested in going back.
Hell no, I'm not. How about you don't waste everyone's time and just leave?
You have some nerve. I'll let Marcia speak for herself, but I'm pretty sure she's not interested in going back.
Hell no, I'm not. How about you don't waste everyone's time and just leave?
Astute observation, Detective. Doesn't make
If
it
we
any
stand
of your
by and do nothing, then they will be dead. Sheena and Burke went to AMS headquarters to retrieve something for us and haven't returned yet.
Marcia. Damn it. Well, it wasn't my plan for you to know about this, but now that you do, I guess there's no way around it. Marcia is not going back with you. She's going after Sheena and Burke. She's been bossed around by the Brotherhood enough in her life. Why don't you do something for her for a change and help out? Nice try. As much as it kills me, I'm not stupid enough to leave things unsupervised when two of us are already missing.
I overheard some Brotherhood initiates talking about how AMS headquarters was a place of interest. It was the piece of intel I gave to Pierce and the others so that they would consider letting me join. It's my fault that they're missing. I should have tried to get more information. I'm not going back to Fort Atlas. No one gave you the right to make my life decisions for me, and the Brotherhood doesn't own me.
I feel better having one of us there instead of blindly trusting the Brotherhood. Make sure someone is focused on saving Sheena and Burke.
One of us? You really mean it? I'll prove to you, Pierce, that I belong here. I'll undo what I've done.
You being willing to put your life on the line for us is indication enough that you belong in this family. Bring my people back alive and in one piece.
I'll meet you at AMS. I'm not coming back with you after, though. I have a new family now.
I won't bite, but I can't speak for my associates. Can't believe they're always tromping around in that power armor. Must be all cramped and sweaty in there.
I miss my friends back in Fort Atlas, but being a raider is awesome.
A robot uprising would be better than the Brotherhood. At least they'd have an excuse to be following their programming.
Maybe Pierce will let me lead the next raid. That would be so cool.
could put up posters, but nah, raiders want to see blood. I'll hand out skulls instead.
Raider is my home now, and I would die to protect it.
What's to defeat in Latin? Bet we could use that to demoralize them.
Formed in such a short period of time to the extent that they have, which confuses them if they're looking at this 13.7 billion year old universe. These things should be much older,
Right.
in order to be this size, in order to be in the position where they're at. So you believe that the sun is the origin of these planets.
Of all the planets. Every solar
solar
star
system
within the solar system gives birth to all of these other planets. This is what Walter Russell had talked about. This is what Neil deGrasse, and they attacked him because he talked about this drift, this natural drift. And that didn't it make more sense? And they didn't have like this dark matter and dark energy. They didn't even come up with that. And now we are 70% of it is dark energy and 20-something percent of it is dark matter. Unperceivable things, and they say that's because they needed to figure out how they get to spin and have the galaxy.
Why do they
The
hold
spiral
together?
galaxy.
Right.
Well, what my team perceived we used the same simulator to use the current. And we took lynchpins, but we haven't even used whatever the great ancient galaxy for. We took lynchpins, this configuration where 6 pentagons were. And we put them in there and
Always nice to have visitors around here.
and we rebuilt planet Saturn without gravity. We have the ring with no animation. And the observe the very top without dark matter, without dark energy, without gravity showing that it's an outward pushing down. But you can pull that up and explain it out like 3 minutes long.
And where does the matter come from?
Well, the matter, remember, that's condensation. If you before we watch it, let me explain something. If you were to picture the waves of it, the darker the wave, the deeper the water. And you can't see it distinguishing the fact between until they crash into that splash, little foam goes out, it lasts for a couple seconds, and then it settles back on just the balance of the that's the invisible universe. Those few seconds that it takes that more dense water and the foam to recoalesce, get balance again. That's the entire time that our universe, or all the universe, have worked together. And if you play this is at the very beginning of my book. That's why when I'm at the end of it, I'm like, look, there's something else to do. I've been able to rebuild the balance without gravity, with no animation, and no clown.
Well, this is not something you can say and sound good. Which is one of the reasons why I want to talk to you. This is not something that your explanation of these things, your description, the very nature of reality itself, is not something that should be explained.
No,
It's something that, like,
that's
it needs to be laid out, and it needs to be slowly examined. And because you've obviously spent a lot of time working on it. This thing here, so play this.
And this is us.
Switch it.
Yeah, and turn it up. This is gonna be the short one with the
I was about to say, it's Neil deGrasse Tyson. He knows where you're
video of the third one.
correct.
Gravity is an effect. It's an effect of electricity. So turn it up to and he was talking to my wife and explaining to her what he was working on. This is 6 years ago. As soon as
You want to reboot?
Automated Mining Services welcomes you to the home of industry. Visitors, please see our receptionist. Welcome to AMS, the future of mining.
Ma'am?
AMS is here
I
for
get
you.
it sometimes.
Thank you
I
for
assume
visiting.
They listen to everything I say.
they do.
I'm sure.
They do. You
A
took
lot
a
of boring shit.
You took a bold stand, though, years ago when the governments were trying to poison their citizens. You took a very bold stand that nobody else took. That's what I was like, wow. I appreciate you because I was doing your job.
Oh, shit! The Hellcats are unstoppable!
About it now.
Well,
Cover me, I'm hit!
Health problems because
Oh, shit!
increased 300%.
all-cause mortality up 40% in some age groups.
Pulmonary embolisms almost up like 500%.
Yeah. Wonder what caused
Thrombosis.
that.
Well,
Crazy.
spike proteins that's being built in the
I'm hit!
My head! Son of a bitch!
what the spike protein did to the BRCA1 gene. That's that
Let's
gene
keep going.
inside of our DNA that tells us that there's damage.
I could have
that's
handled them
happening
on my own, you know.
crews that go along the highway and they immediately put up cones every time there's a problem. Well, the spike protein, which is never no protein has ever been able.
Look,
to
I'd rather focus on finding
Sheena
Sheena and Burke,
Not
but
only
if it'll
does
get you
it go
moving,
to the
then say
ribosome
what
and
you
say,
want
hey, you know
to.
what? I don't want you to produce whatever protein, like if it's a skin cell. You're not going to produce keratin anymore. You're just going to produce these spike proteins. That spike.
The
protein
Raiders are the only
went
ones
into
standing up to the
DNA
Brotherhood and
that
making
tells
their
the
own
BRCA1
choices about how to
gene,
live. Listen,
turn off.
I'm not
That's the gene
naive.
that says,
I
hey,
know that
there's a
Raider life is
mutation
dangerous and filled with
that's
stealing and
trapped that
murder.
thing.
But
And so
Pierce and
now
the others,
cancers are
they're
building
different.
up.
They just want to
The
live their
spike
lives
proteins
free
weren't
from the
shedding
oppression
from
of the
body, they
Brotherhood.
collected in the ovaries,
I can
they
relate to
collected
that.
in the lymph nodes, they collected in the bone marrow. So now we have all of
I'll
these
miss them,
diseases that show
but I
themselves
need to
because
start
our
living my
body
life
is
for myself
overwhelmed
instead of others.
trying to
I
deal
never
with the
asked to be
spike
taken to Fort
protein
Atlas.
that's
That
attached
decision was
itself to
made
the
for me.
ACE2 and the
Being around the
endothelial
Brotherhood
cells
and watching
in
them
our,
take charge is a constant
vascular
reminder of
system,
how my
everybody.
mother died. I can't keep watching them do that to others. I never wanted to be the sole caregiver of Max either. He's happier staying at Fort Atlas with Night Shin. And I can't be a good guardian for him in a place that causes me so much pain. I'm finally taking charge of my own life and doing what I need to do for myself. Let's keep going. I could have handled them. I've never heard of them before. They seem like some sort of mercenary creeps. I don't care what they call themselves. I won't let them get in our way. I've had to be the one who takes care of Max and me. I'm not used to accepting help. So thanks. Now that that's taken care of, we should look around and see if there's any trace of Sheena or Burke. I already did a sweep of this floor before that mercenary attacked me and didn't find anything. Let's try looking upstairs.
Everybody out.
And the more boosters you get,
Boom,
the
you're
worse
turning
your
your
outcomes are
system
gonna be.
off. You're turning it
Yeah.
off. Your body cannot defend itself, and it's just collecting.
bizarre state of human psychology that people, if you're presented with what could be a potential solution, you want to believe in it so bad that you're willing to defend these companies that have been the most deceptive companies, proven deceptive, not just deceptive, but deceptive in the way that they are allowed to distribute information. They're allowed to not be transparent about their studies. They could have multiple studies that show a negative cause or a negative effect, and they don't have to release those studies
Why?
because they're bought and sold.
Because I think it's an agenda to it.
You think so?
I think it's an agenda attached to it because they restricted eating natural foods. I've
Oh, it's right there.
it
I don't need payment to take you down.
there's an axion and there's the axion and oh my god, that's the leg that comes off dendrites. Those dendrites and the axion have these things called nodes of Ranvier and it transfers to axion and
You can't escape.
potassium chloride and hydrogen. Well, it's
Kill. Kill. Warning. Repair urgent.
It was retarded. The whole thing was so stupid, but so. At esteemed universities, and they're being silent, and there's a coordinated effort to remove their posts from Twitter. This is wild shit.
Yeah.
Unprecedented wild shit. And the population was just going along with it. For me, what was fascinating was psychologically. Like, do you guys not know about deception? Do you not know about propaganda? Do you not know about the history of pharmaceutical drug companies in this country and what they've been able to get away with? How many people they've killed?
the Tuskegee experiment.
Oh my God.
I couldn't understand how black people or people of color were running and trusting the government after what happened to them with the Tuskegee experiment. And for people that don't know what the Tuskegee experiment was, in the early 1920s, a group of government officials came down, doctors, and they went through the black community and they said, there's a sickness in all of you guys, and we're going to cure it free of charge. And they injected the black population with syphilis and left it untreated for 60 years and just watched how it ravaged the I don't even know if they paid reparations to them. So the government has been using all of these chemical warfare or biological warfare against citizens for a long time.
So many instances.
So that's
MK
why I
Ultra.
didn't-
There's so many instances of it. Documented instances of it. That's the
will
experience,
find
one of the
you.
most horrific. And the fact that it went on until the 70s is just fucking terrifying. But this is just the nature of having that much secrecy and control and profit motive. Being able to enforce power on people is the thing that human beings have always done. Whenever human beings have gotten into a position where they're ruling over others, they are callous and evil, almost always, almost universally. There's not one instance of this amazing, benign, beautiful leader that transformed their society into this incredible utopia. It doesn't exist in history.
No, animals and insects, you know, not one of them is responsible for the eradication of any species on this planet.
Right.
Not one single creature from history is responsible for the death of, for the extinction of millions.
Even when animals are responsible for extinction, it's because human beings introduce those animals into places where they belong, like cats in Australia.
All the birds.
Yeah, they killed everything.
So this is man's interference, and it's based upon their lack of understanding. Because they don't know how the universe truly works, because their math has been off for so long, because their fundamentals are wrong. Now everything has this expiration and there's a loss to everything when the universe is balanced, when you utilize it properly. And that's why I wanted to introduce the wave conjugations and the mirror shapes and all of these things, defining the electric field, defining the magnetic field, and the constitution between them being the linchpin. Because the linchpin, as you'll see in a second, it has that same center as that tetrahedron space. The magnetic field, the feminine side, all of this is circular.
That's the stepped in mole rat shit.
These are new boots, too. The constitution between the micro and the macro. That's what the linchpin was, and that's what we're about to see in the video. Was it able to come up, Jimmy? This is rebuilding the planet Saturn. So.
Appalachia will know the name Hellcats.
The sound was coming through your speakers, is that what it was? Time for a new laptop?
You know what's going on.
Government
They do not want you. We're about to kill gravity. We're about to kill their god, gravity, and they don't want that.
The Hellcats ain't nothing like those pansy-ass settlers.
I have two groups of vortexes, which are just like tornadoes. Spinning tornadoes that are pointing towards the center. As I highlight this object here, you'll see a black yellow line. Right, so there's a bunch of those in there. There's actually
I haven't had a good firefight in a while. I'm getting antsy. There you are! Cover me! I'm hit! I'm hit!
They're all pointed towards the center, but they're arranged what we call the linchpin configuration. And I've heard of that. So there's one on the top, and then three in groups of three that are spaced at 120 degrees. The tilt of these ones on the bottom here is 105 degrees. The top ones. Creating this flat space on the top and the bottom. And they're spaced at 120 degrees radially. And then inside the module, three.
Jamie, there's two sounds playing.
That's my wife talking. We're in the kitchen. And he's just this is our
2.2 pounds to 1,000 pounds. And there's no gravity whatsoever.
That necklace! I know that necklace!
So So it's just vortexes and two.
I'd recognize that necklace anywhere. That's Burke's necklace. I've never seen them without it. My mom had a similar necklace that she always wore. Never took that thing off. I still regret not being able to retrieve it from her.
So it kind of just oscillates.
Her body.
A little bit of randomness in motion so that the particles will kind of interact and bounce around like smoke or water, waves and water. And then when I hit play, it does it all by itself using physics simulations. So there's no animations at all in this model. And when I play it, this is what pops out.
She was killed, thanks to the Brotherhood of Steel. I really don't want to talk about it right now, though.
And then when I look down at the top, it makes the actual
Thank you.
On the top.
You're right. Max and I will keep her memory alive. Maybe I can tell you about her sometime, if you want. At least we know that Burke and Sheena made it to AMS. Let's keep looking.
So the colors.
Are you basically saying, is this saying that you guys recreate planets?
Yes, this is a part.
Let's keep going.
Physics involved in making up the planet Saturn. Wow. Like all the. Yeah, so the
Let's keep going.
The red and green.
Can I pause this for a second?
Yeah.
So is he saying that just by doing these calculations, he created the exact form of Saturn, including the rings?
The exact form.
Just with the
So
calculations?
you change the angles of incidence that these linchpins, because remember, each one of these these are opposing vortices. So there's 12 vortices to this that are opposing. So once the angles of incidence change, you change the motion and pressure conditions. You can now change the crystallization. It all. So I was saying with the periodic table, now because we have the angles of incidence, material engineering separate the space between carbon and nitrogen or carbon and boron.
I recognize
them.
them.
Have the same elements of titanium, vanadium, chromium, magnesia, and iron, or nickel, cobalt, nickel, copper.
That's one of the raiders that went with Sheena and Burke. I hope they're still okay. I'm so tired of all the blood and death. I'm tired of losing everyone that I care about. First my mother's death, and now this.
The pressure and the pressure and motion conditions where we couldn't do that before because they were going by Cartesian space at 90 degrees and 45
Everyone.
degrees straight lines.
Everyone from our camp was killed, except Max and me. We were told to stay out of the fight. I should have been there, though, fighting beside them.
That was the basis of all of that. Now we open ourselves up. This is what happens when
Aren't you just a ray of sunshine? Maybe if you cared about anyone else but yourself, you'd know what it's like to lose someone.
That's why when I went
Come on, we've got to hurry and find them.
Like, look, we have an entirely new system of hydrogen that I've got a patent where we're able to. You won't need projectiles in the guns anymore. It's if you pull up my patent for projectile.
Before we do that, though, should we finish this?
Oh, yeah, finish it.
Let's finish this video. And then, Jamie,
could
you also I want to see a photo of that hexagon on the top of the... So let's put it.
This is another one. Dude, we haven't even got... We're just introducing linchpin, which is another supersymmetrical system.
I'm barely hanging on.
I'm shrinking in this video. It's just like
doesn't. Is it the codec?
I'll tap it. Escape does nothing. The space bar does nothing.
Maybe you dropped your computer.
Maybe you dropped your computer, Jamie. Jamie's a burner computer.
Yeah,
what does that note
want
say?
Their God killed. Gravity has been the thing they've been holding on to from the beginning, and it's just an effect of electricity. It's the draft left over by electricity.
Is it working now, Jamie?
A note from Sheena.
But we've
Can't believe they surrendered.
of it, so
Hopefully that means they were taken alive. The raiders.
Yeah.
They really are like a family. The kind that I want to be a part of.
This is kind of fun. If you haven't...
Has this ever happened to y'all before?
No.
Fascinating.
Yeah, if you want to be paranoid.
Of course, they'll always be my family. I just couldn't stand staying in that place anymore with the Brotherhood. One day, they'll understand. Hell, maybe they'll even join me. We're almost to the top of AMS. We must be getting close. Let's hurry.
And you'll see that near the surface of the sphere on the inside with the heavier particles. So the colors.
Are you basically saying, is this saying that you guys will recreate planets?
Yes, this is a part of the simulation of the physics involved in making up the planets. Like all the heavier particles are creating the red and green where the hexagon is, and those are the heavier particles of the shell of the planet. And the outside are lighter particles that are fluid, counter rotation the atmosphere of Saturn, like we observe scientifically. And the red ones in the middle here are where the magnetic field is stronger.
Shit, door's locked. See if you can find a way to open it.
This is sure better than dealing with the fanatics at the pit.
Changing understand, like at least a method of studying it in such a way that we now understand that it's external charges being applied to the outside in, not the standard model where we have internal planet with magnetic fields from iron cores, etc.
I better get paid double for all this standing around.
It's all kind of ego based on the center.
Those crater raiders think they're tough shit, but they're just a bunch of amateurs.
What was that?
The entire universe is actually created planets.
Can't move! You're dead! Cover me! Dead!
My head!
Not afraid to kill you!
And the waves would not return unless it was bouncing off of the edge of something.
Look how straight it is.
Here we go.
That hexagon on the top of this is of Saturn also. Or, yeah, that's Saturn.
Yep, and then we don't even, and he explained.
I don't need payment to take
But they've ignored this. This is in the beginning of my book. You go to my book, that's the first page on there. Before you even open it up, I've got this, and we rebuilt the Milky Way galaxy the same way, and it predicts the stars
Really?
better than NASA.
You and that little girl are the ones giving my mercs all this trouble. We Hellcats don't put up with anyone getting in the way of us or our caps.
Primarily theoretical.
That's
This
all
ends
theoretical.
now.
They've never witnessed it, and we couldn't prove that Michelson Morley because they tried to change the angle of incidence for light to see if the it's a mental experiment like this. Turn it to be. So let's picture it hypothetically like you have a ball that's maybe 6 There's a relationship going on and everything's alive. There is no death, but that the Bible talked about a mechanistic world. God took dirt and blew into it the breath of life and it came to life. But if you look at the Brownian effect, what is breathing? Going from positive to negative. And they see all this, even the plastic that makes these things up are still going from, it's still carbon, polarizing from positive to negative. Breathing in, breathing out. It's just under a different state of matter, but there is no death. There's no death. Everything's eternal. And once we get rid of the idea, okay, you're gonna die.
Did you find out where Sheena and Burke are?
Then they don't have any grabs over you anymore. And to be free, the truth will set you free.
I have no idea. But that son of a bitch is gonna pay for messing with Sheena and Burke.
This lifetime, then wonderful, I've accomplished what I needed to do.
Captured? That's good. That means they were taken alive. We need to figure out where these holding cells are. See if you can find anything else that hints toward their location.
That's why I pushed so hard to get these things out because
So you felt like that, like from
Please hurry.
From the womb, I had to get this.
So you felt like you had these things that you didn't get out in a previous lifetime, and now you feel like an unstoppable urge.
I have to at all costs.
So can I go? Let's talk more about this, but I don't want to lose this thought. So I want to go back to the formation of planets. So under this theory, these stars eject matter, and over time, this matter will achieve a certain amount of distance.
Sure. Look at Mercury.
Yeah.
Mercury isn't that far from it.
Right. It kind of makes sense. And then over time, it'll eventually get further and further out. The sun will continue to make more planets over an imperceptible amount of time. We won't be able to measure it. It's different. In our world, we'll see it. It appears static, just like plants appear static.
Yes.
But if you ever watch one of those motion capture,
Attention citizens, nuclear strike imminent. Please exit the area at your earliest convenience. Thank you for your cooperation.
But it's doing so at a pace that our mind can't really wrap around. So we want to think there's just matter, and that it's flying through space, and it collects via gravity, and the more mass, the more gravity.
It's supposed to, but take a balloon. Another thing that kills gravity. Gravity is supposed to be the greater the mass, is the greater the attractor. You take a balloon, you rub it on your leg, you put it over the ground. Watch the dust particles jump off the ground, off this big mass called the Earth, and jump onto that balloon. Because why? Electricity is 137 times stronger than the pull of gravity, or the effects of the so-called gravity. It's the electric force that's the attractive force. It's the electric force that tightens everything together as the mass, and then the dividing force is the radiative force, the magnetic field. It ablates and pushes everything out, and then they collect together again, but at the proper angles of incidence. Like the
Merc life is the curse.
No. That's all you have, huh? Really?
Marcia, what are you doing here?
If you
With
can
this
go
snitch?
to-
What the hell?
The Brotherhood sent their lackey to try and bring me back. I told them I refused to even consider it until we found you. They're actually not as bad as I thought. And they helped me find you.
Yeah.
But anyway, are you two okay?
So,
You look
merging
pretty beat up.
virtual reality. It says merging
Been better.
virtual reality.
Good work on giving these mercenaries hell, Marcia. You'll make a great addition to the war party.
Go down.
So, can you get us out of here or not?
Patterns and files, the very first one. Pop on that. So you go.
I appreciate your help.
You'll see my name.
Don't worry, you two.
Inventor,
We'll get you out soon.
Hey. Hey.
System and method for merging virtual reality and reality. Okay, scroll so I can see it. To provide an enhanced sensory experience. A system and method of merging from a remote site into a room environment at a local site. The system preferably includes at least one image server, a plurality of image collection devices, a display system compromising display devices, a control unit, digital processor, and a viewer position detector. The control unit preferably receives the viewer position information and transmits instructions to the digital processor. The digital processor...
Okay, now that we found Sheena and Burke, we can talk. What's up? Sure, I'll hear what you've got to say.
Field of view from the image capturing devices in accordance with the instructions received from the control unit and outputs the refined data.
Thank you for seeing things my way. I hope Romani and Shin aren't too hard on you for not bringing me back. Please, let Luis, Odessa, and Max know that I'm going to be okay. And they're always welcome to join me. Just kidding. Those bootlickers will never leave the Brotherhood. Unless...
This is all you?
Yeah, look at the inventor. Go up a little bit and slide over. It says Terrence Deshaun Howard.
Yeah.
Worldwide patent, 2010. It was abandoned. Now go to cited by. You see that 131 cited by? Tap on there. It's right under where it says abandoned. Yeah, patent
Cited by
citation.
31.
Cited by 31. It's still right. Yep, right there. Tap on there. And look at all the companies. And if you look at the patent, these companies have all earned, they have multi-billion-dollar companies they built off of my patent. Just roll through.
Sony, Microsoft, Amazon,
Hewlett-Packard.
Yeah.
Keep going. IBM, and it's still making money. This patent has earned over $7 trillion.
You didn't get a penny.
And I haven't gotten a penny. And they did all of the Black Lives Matter, like Raytheon. And IBM, if you're crazy, there's, and another 8 years in which I would be making is they didn't understand how they've just been done and been using it back. And if they wanted to know, I could show them how it really, really works, but this is proof.
Is legit. So let me ask you this before we stray away from this too much. The concept of gravity. So if it's all electricity that's causing these forces and it's all outside in, when the Saturn V rocket is escaping Earth's atmosphere, what is it fighting against?
What that's fighting against is the rotation. Remember, there's a centripetal spin that's taking place with the Earth.
Right.
And there's an electrical field that's generated from it. That's that centripetal spin that holds things inside.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's fighting against. That's that electric field.
And we're calling it gravity.
We're calling it gravity. But gravity is just the effect of the electric field, and the electric field is balanced by the radiative field.
And the more mass something has, the more it gets pulled.
The greater electric potential it has. You know,
so the more
the tighter
dense
the
something
waves
is, the
are.
heavier it is.
The waves are tighter.
Yes.
Electricity can now, it doesn't have to jump over anything. And as I showed you with some of the pieces, as long as they're close together, then you don't have the magnetic field that forms, that discharge, because they're able to stay northeasterly in their direction. They're not forced to go southwesterly and spin out. Either you're spinning to the right or spinning to the left. That's the only two directions in the universe. Spinning to the right is northeastern, that's electric. If it's spinning to the left, it's magnetic, and it's expanding out. It contracts and fits, and and expands and sits.
May I be
And
of
so now what I would like to do is
assistance?
invite Neil deGrasse and David Tom or any astrophysicist, any chemist, any other scientist to sit down and examine these examine the supersymmetrical system. But I want to show you Lynchburg. Here I've been a Oscar-nominated that is known all around the world, base recognition, local recognition, all around the world. I've invented a new form of flight, tangential flight, the ability to fly around its own center of mass, something we've never been able to do. And we don't hear anything about it. And it's unlimited bonding. If you could go to what Jonathan Davis sent over in his medical journals that work with this, explain what it does.
Explain when you said flight, what do you mean?
Tangential flight.
What do you mean?
It means right now, fixed-wing aircraft that are on coordinates, up, down, some can go forwards and backwards, backwards and right and left. But this is able to spin around its own center of mass. Completely spin around its own center of mass, something people are able to do it by far, but this is a sustained system that's able to go around. I sent that other video to you. But their ability, because this is the geometry, any bond of height, what they're basically doing is building and trying to
Welcome. May I interest you in our fine art and decor?
Our signature sulfur baths will leave you feeling rejuvenated.
What's power?
So hydrogen fuel cells, and they're so the how are they? What are those? Is that like are those like propellers?
Yeah, those are props. Like that right there, what we have right there is it's a pitch.
Today's security status is red. Please take appropriate precautions.
So it's a collective pitch. It changes it. So now
We offer a wide variety of hydrotherapy and aromatherapy
Miss
treatments.
Evans, the governor's wife. She's one of our best clients. Such a charming woman. I do hope she's alright.
Prepare for danger. Prepare for adventure. Prepare for survival.
This is the fractal. They can be as small as a nanoparticle, or they can be as large as because the entire universe goes down to this. So I was trying to reach out to Elon Musk. I was trying to reach out to Jeff Bezos. I was trying, because my main goal was I was building these to clean up the upper atmosphere, all of that debris that's up there, and ultimately to mine the asteroid. Because you can't go out. They keep talking about going out there. You try and go that far. That's like taking a starfish from the bottom of the ocean and bringing it up to where we are. Everything expands. The nitrogen expands too much. That animal dies. You take us outside where Mars.
Life is an adventure. Are you up to the challenge?
Nitrogen is expanded so much more that you will never be able to. You won't even have a spaceship or a suit that's strong enough to keep your body together, and you will never be able to come back to 93 million miles away from the sun.
Artisan's Corner is the place for creative hands-on learning, and the Wilderness Survival Experience is our most popular program yet.
is like trying to send a man to live on Venus. The pressure is too tight near Venus. We will get crushed in a second. It's like being pushed to the bottom of the ocean immediately. You will get crushed immediately. The pressure conditions change as we move from the sun. But science have neglected that because they've said it's a void there. And they don't account for that higher pressure condition. But they found that radioactive decay is quicker, closer to the sun, near Venus. Why? Because the pressure condition, that electric field, was magnetic field.
I have to pick up one more box of raw asbestos. I'm going to lose my mind.
In comparison to further away, when the Earth is closer to the sun, they found that radioactive decay is quicker than it is further away from the sun. Is that by accident, or is it just because of the change in pressure conditions?
All this stuff left behind after the war. We should make good use of it. Watch your step. There's toxic waste all over the place.
Scavenge with the best, starve with the rest.
Is able to make it out.
You okay? You look a little green, glowing.
Sure, we take things, but we're cleaning up this mess as well.
Because I didn't want anybody else to be able to use it like a gun, but it's basically lightning in a bottle. We take water and we put it inside of a small chamber based on the wave propagation that I have and the angles of incidence. And we run an electric charge through a small amount of water. The water is not able to expand into gas like it wants to.
5 pounds of aluminum,
because
10
it's
pounds of
locked
steel.
into the pressure conditions, so immediately it converts into plasma. And it converts the gas dimension into a power dimension, so it's lightning out of the barrel. Just from the water. And as you know, again, lightning dimensions are real lightning, though. Like, yeah. So, and patents been granted.
Just look at all this destruction. How could that war possibly have been worth it? He's,
have to get more and more charge.
been too long down there in the tunnels?
To get something out. But with electricity, you can send 1,000 volts or 1,000,000 volts through the same aperture. And water, compressible.
Hazmat suits don't grow on trees. Took forever to collect all these.
Converts into plasma. And so it's even project anything into space. All of that has been accomplished. And it's ignored. So it can act as a propulsion system for rockets, anything, and in space. And that's the whole point for it. Because it's just nothing but moisture and that.
Hey, a penny. Copper's always handy.
Now the linchpins can go all the way past Mars, attach themselves to whatever asteroid, mine that asteroid, bring it back, and have in one of the Lagrange areas. So for the audience out there, Lagrange areas are those areas where multiple fields meet.
One person's junk is another's gold bullion.
The death blow to gravity was the fact that it's not a constant. It could not be a constant because things weigh heavier on the poles of the Earth than it does on the surface of the poles than it does at the equator. They're heavier at the poles than they are at the equator. Further away from
Sure, we take things, but we're cleaning up this mess as well.
About gravity, it is not a constant. It is a coefficient, and it's more so just an effect. And it's the same thing with the Planck scale. You look at the Planck scale or the Planck momentum, the Planck weight. All of those things are based.
Feels good to clean a place up and make a quick buck at the same time.
At 10 to the 15, 10 to the minus 15, the Planck scale.
A rad-X a day keeps the ghouls away.
But
Wish.
at 10 to the minus 35 is where the proton and all of that behaves. They have gravity inside there as if it's affecting it, but they've already said that at a small molecular level, you know, at the nuclear level, gravity has no effect.
That smells terrible.
There's a guy that talks a lot about this, but you take that, you look at the speed of light. Is that a constant? You know, in 1928, they saw that there was different fluctuations between 1928 and 1948 between the speed of light, and then out of nowhere, Rupert Driggs talks about this.
Hey, a penny. Copper's always handy.
Where there were fluctuations between, he asked one of the professors about it, and he said, "Oh, it's a thing that we call intellectual phase line, where when they get different measurements for the speed of light, all of the scientists around the world will average it out."
Just look at all this destruction. How could that war possibly have been worth it?
Okay, everyone. Today, we're going to be recovering ore to decon. I need some of you in those tunnels gathering goods, and some up here guarding the stash of my crew. Don't expect a reward if my people go down. Their survival is a priority. And don't forget, the ghouls don't like us messing around down there, so gather as much as possible before they overwhelm us. Let's go.
back over here in the south side that None of them have discovered 4 super-symmetrical systems. This is what we've done. This is what the collective is doing. When you put yourself in this divine state. Because that's...
So let me ask you this. If I imagine one, allow you to not just show this, but opposing ideas, you debate them, you duke it out, okay, with this magic wand, and now people go, just listen to Terrence.
Now we write new axioms and postulates based off the real wave congregations. Now we adjust our understanding of our physics to fit natural phenomena. And then we are in balance with it, and we have to let go of the idea of this currency. We are creatures in a known universe that uses currency. It uses an indirect form of payment instead of a direct exchange. We have to get past that point, and that's the hard thing, because this entire world is run on that. Where the 1 × 1 = 2 came into its real birth.
Well, the thing about currency is it's connected to technological innovation because of this unlimited potential for growth. When you have an unlimited potential for growth, you're extremely motivated to make massive amounts of money, and they innovate in a very high way, and then they also implement that innovation in the form of technology.
But their technology is antiquated compared to mine. There's no government on this planet that has the technology that I have or can outdo what I have, because you can't outdo the fractal.
How many people have you? I know you spoke at Oxford about this, but you didn't speak.
Yeah, they didn't. Oxford did something that broke my heart. 5 minutes before the presentation, they wouldn't allow me to have a screen and show my proof. Wow. No, the computer was down. And I was like, well, you can use my computer. No, we have sensitive things attached to it. You know, I just need a projector. Don't need anything else. Because they
At your service, ma'am.
That's why I went out there and said, hey, pull out your calculator. I talked about it. I had to look up a minute for 20 minutes. And then I was like, pull out your calculator. And I want you to enter the square root of 2.
Please refrain from theft, looting, assault, murder, or killing the flowers.
Where the square root of 2 cubed is the same value as the square root of 2 times 2. And then when you divide it by 2 and cube it again, you get back to take the square root of 2 and 4, 2, 1, cube it, 2.414.
Artisan's Corner is the place for creative hands-on learning, and the Wilderness Survival Experience is our most popular program yet.
And we get back to the same value as we had before. Absolutely. That's x squared equal to 2x is equal to x plus x. That's natural equation. And every quantum mechanics, quantum physics equation has that square root of 2 in it. We've been living in this line, this frosted line, for so long. What's the solution? The solution is learning how to multiply volume metrics, how the universe multiplies. And I've already produced all of these things. actually needs 4. It needs your perspective. You are the 4th dimension, and that's what Walter Russell also talked about, that it was 4 things coming together, and that's what woke me back up, and I was like 4 bubbles meeting. But he still believed in the idea of straight lines. He was still hemmed in by it. And he's right, there becomes a cube sphere. There comes a point where everything comes together, but even, hold on, I'm gonna try and pull up.
Is it because that we can create straight lines that we get confused?
We can't create it because we don't on microscope. You'll see all the little curved dots that make
I run a heavy
Wow, look at Mr. Fancy Pants here getting all the good stuff. You get damage and survivability? Wow. I mean, I'm kinda gunning for the Strangler power armor, but that's taken me a fucking bajillion years. I just don't want to bother crafting ammo, so I just fucking don't. Easy.
Okay, that's all the doors. Get back. Yeah, baby. Nice. Grab the goods and bring it back to good old Mona Lisa in the main building.
I put like 5 in, man. I don't know why everybody just shoots.
I'm doing my part.
Come on, guys, we gotta treat it like it's communism. Everybody's gotta do their share. Why the fuck is there a random level 4?
Oh my god.
Yo, Beast! Just hide in the fucking corner, man. It's fine. We'll carry your ass. It's cool.
He is rocking that fucking the rain hat, the rain boots. Bro is ready.
Great! Mona Lisa's fully loaded. Let's hit the road and get out of here. What the hell is that thing? It's huge! I can see it from here.
Oh, it kinda looks like my dad.
Come this way!
Watch the grenades. I can't fucking see. Please. Thank you.
No.
Oh my god, now he's a random level 5! Character development!
Yeah.
There you go, get him out of XP.
Beast, I'm so sorry, but you look like you're on your way to school right now, man. That is not a good fit. I'm so sorry.
The Rain Man.
He's dripless. Get him!
I want Holy Fire. I know it drops from this event, and that's the gun I've been trying to get. I can't get it.
Okay, I'll get a new prep. By the time I'm done, I'm sure the event will be starting.
Sir, can you please get your microphone out of your mouth?
Recorded everything around him, you know. And same thing with Marlon Brando. I recorded all his interactions with people. So I was recording things, and if I'd had phone sex with some girl, I was recording that. If we were having sex, I recorded that because I wanted to make sure there was proof of, you know, if anything happened.
Right.
But I also
On your channel, do you have anything on there? Okay. Do you want?
recorded everything, you know. And the same thing with Marlon Brando. I recorded all his interactions with people. So I was recording things. If I had phone sex with some girl, I was recording that. If we were having sex, I recorded that because I wanted happened, right? I also recorded my mother the last 2 weeks before she died, and I had that on dictaphone, and I didn't play with computers at the time, and she was like, "Oh, why do you have this on the dictaphone? I can put it into the computer." I was like, "Oh, great, we can keep it forever. Wonderful, you're so wonderful." I go downstairs and cook me some greens. 2 hours later, I come upstairs, all of my dictaphone from the last 15 years, she has downloaded to the computer. And then she's like, I was like, "No, those are my private things. I don't, well, oh, no, it's okay. I can just hit the button." Okay, great. And then 3 months later, when I tried to break up with her because we had sexual, there was no chemistry, sexual. She was like, "You think I erased those things? I kept those. And I know what you've done." And she started with the blackmail. All I really wanted back was my mother's tape. She told me, "I knew you were real okay, Terry. I was really okay. I just wanted my mother's voice back." I paid her with the money she destroyed that. She destroyed my name. But like I said, I thought that was a death blow. But that's what took me back when I had nothing. That's what took me back to this, and that greater being started showing up again.
And you think if that had not happened, you probably would have gone further.
Oh my God.
Back
Oh my goodness. I had, I was doing iron out of nowhere, that gets taken away. We did a 3-picture deal with Marvel. 3-picture deal. $4.5 million for the first one, $7.5 to $8 million for the second one, $12 million for the third. We signed it. They come back to me the week that my mother died. They called my agent, Charles King, he was at William Morris at the time. And they said, "Yeah, we want Terrence, but we want to come back for $1 million instead of $8 million that we agreed to." And my agent had an emotional reaction to a business decision. And he said, "F you," and hung up the phone. Immediately they went down to jail. But instead of just doing that, they had to spin, "Oh, he was terrible on set, all of these things, and went through all this stuff." And I'm calling Robert down and calling him because when I was doing the Brave with Jodie Foster, Susan Downey was a producer, Joe Silver. She comes over to my trailer and she's like, "Wow, it's so amazing. Congratulations on because remember, in the series, War Machine was supposed to take over. Right? And I'm like, well, if Robert wants to come in, and so I called Albert Rock, who was the producer. And I'm like, Albert, I hear Robert wants to come in, but you guys won't even let him audition. Then y'all get bonded. I'm like, instead of the $4.5 million, why don't you take $1 million for the law? If he gets and let him audition, so he gets the part. Robert's like, "I love you, thank you so much." Well, this other thing happened. I'm calling Robert, and he's doing Sherlock Holmes. I called him 27 times, and I'm like, "Can you leave a message?" I'm calling his assistant. I'm like, "I need the help of you."
Life is an adventure. Are you up to the challenge?
That broke me a little bit, but I know how hard Robert had it coming out of jail. And so if I had to sacrifice myself in order for that, because guess what? If Euclid or any of them had discovered one of them, they would have been happy. I was given not just because that's all I really got to at that point. And she was like, this is what you'll be remembered for, and your acting will be just a footnote. And, you know, she nursed me back to life because I was angry. I was really angry. And I was going to use all of the knowledge that I had, and I was going to destroy mankind. Like,
oh my God! Right out of Marvel.
I was like, yeah, I was about to, but then.
Well, I'm glad you didn't.
Now I know I'm here to help mankind. This is, you know, happy universities. Check out what I'm doing.
Well, it's one of the most fascinating things about this is that it's so easy to ridicule when an actor has something that's outside of acting that changes everything.
But
if you were just a person. If you were just a person who went to school, became life's work, and maybe you went to college, they don't really care. But you become successful as a band. And then you've gone through this bullshit. That bullshit now.
To try some discussion. I hear it's a real trip. What are you looking at? This is a great killing people for the to have a wild time with these gems. If I don't get a good cut, I will be hunting you. That some whiskey? Taste it.
Solar the window, because now with this combined with wave congregation or with the mirror, you can, whether it's expanding or contracting, you now predict precisely where everything is going to go. And the next ones have included all of that into their AI arrangements. The best thing about IBM and all of those other companies breaking out, taking my cash and making money off of it. Since
I have lots of hobbies. Raiding. Murder. Raiding.
So that's right. Where's Elon Musk? But they put all that crap out there. And after that doctor did that stuff with the blood, then they think everybody's a nut. But it's like, I'm not just an actor. One of the biggest things I've done is that patent ARDL.
Doctor Elizabeth.
Yeah. Yeah. But they think everything is the same. You have Rolling Stones, you have The Guardian, you have all these people telling these negative things where people don't take it seriously and didn't even...
I wonder what human flesh tastes like.
An animal isn't given horns. So our society, we would be given this information unless we need it, unless it's necessary for our continued existence. It's our plan, but this, you don't need it. Now we know how to use the universe. Multiply what that done. More energy out of it than we put into physics
Sometimes I think about burning this camp down.
When you that this is a naturally occurring thing that happens when a planet reaches a certain distance from its star in a Goldilocks zone with the proper materials.
Of course, the pressure conditions created. Look at
So you think this is happening
everywhere.
everywhere?
Because everything is alive. Look at what happens in the sun. In the north, Alan Watts said, you'll see occurring at this time. They'll say the tree is out. Well, what happens with the planets? Oh, it's people. This is just people, and this is just what occurs at 93 million miles away from the sun.
What do you think occurs out of us?
Well, once we get pushed out further, what happens? We need nitrogen to expand and to unwind into oxygen. But since the nitrogen is when we get pushed further out, the nitrogen is so far out, so we have to go deeper underground to have the pressure conditions that is us having 93 million miles away from the sun. The deeper underground we are, the less likely we are. And as a result of that,
Have forward observer use recon scope for Defiance artillery strike at Victoria.
They don't have any outlet, so they have that allows them to have sort of homogeneous conditions of everything. But they're living outside of nature.
Attention citizens, nuclear strike imminent. Please exit the area at your earliest convenience. Thank you for your cooperation.
96% as a mystery, and we invent all these science fictions, black holes, and dark matter, dark energy, and all of them are you trying to solve things that we invent all of them because the math is off. Because the math is not based on equanimity, and they have renormalization in this. I'm
since the bomb spell. I wonder what human flesh tastes like. I am going to have a wild night with the Thames. Is that some whiskey? Hey, kid.
Because it breathed into life. You know, in the universe, big exact, big nothing is dead. There's nothing dead in the universe. Everything is alive. Everything is a piece of God. So when God is considered God is when God works on the it's just how we are. We can all take the conscious level.
I think there's a freeing spot between Rose and me.
You're going up against extreme, but I've got the entire universe. I have the universe phenomenon,
There's also a lot less confidence in streaming than there used to be. There's much more of an understanding that the stream of mankind is often going in the wrong direction.
because of the Michelson-Morley experiment in 1887, and because special relativity took off. And that meant, oh, everything is dead. So we have no responsibility to anything. Everything is happenstance. We all got here by one big explosion before life has purpose. Nothing has a purpose.
Another nuke coming in 10 minutes.
Yeah. Same story. All of these stories proliferate around the entire globe. What you see out in
steps that are past where we are is what we look on the iconic form of aliens with the large heads and the big eyes and the tiny spindly gray bodies. If we go to other planets, and we do, especially drones, if something knows how to travel here from somewhere else and understands this process, because this process is ubiquitous throughout the entire universe, everywhere, and at a certain level of technological sophistication and understanding of matter itself, especially if they've already figured all this stuff out a million years ago, they would probably want to experiment or even accelerate the evolution or advancement. And it appears our advancement happens very unnaturally. I think most biologists will agree that the biggest mystery in the entire fossil record is the doubling of the human brain size over a period of 2 million years. It's a very, very, very fascinating point. It's a real, it's not debatable.
Doesn't it scream manipulation from an external force?
Something, right? Something. It screams something took place because it's an extraordinary something. And if it's the something that takes
Looking for something new to spruce up your life? Stop by Giuseppe's Curios in the main room. This is a paid advertisement.
The one that can manipulate its environment in a way that nothing contemporary can do. Nothing alongside that lives with it in the same timeline is even close. Nothing's even remotely close. It's very, very, very different, but it's also extremely flawed for something that has such a high level of technical sophistication.
Because of our fundamentals.
Because we're still barbaric.
We're still flat. We're still in the world, the universe, the world is we're still flat principles to
Violation of hotel policies may result in detention.
The idea was that they were going to suspend gold particles in the atmosphere in order to protect their environment. They had used it. I think there was also some speculation about volcanic eruptions. That volcanic eruptions are probably their well. But they had the ability to do something about it. The way to think about it is the mind mold, in that they took us and they created us from the reason why that's so interesting is because gold is fucking useless 10,000 years ago. Why do you need gold? No one needs gold. If you're surviving, if you're a hunter-gatherer, jack shit. Why is it the number one currency throughout all populations?
Remember for a long time, like if you're thinking about Italians, they talk about getting the souls.
Yeah.
Everything you need. Make your Wilderness Survival Project a success. And the Wilderness Survival Experience is our most popular program yet.
Surrounded by gold coins. It's crazy,
One
right?
of the greatest things about the linchpin is it's also submersible. And so one of the main points is, I'm about to build 5 smaller ones. We have built 5
Prepare for adventure. Prepare for survival.
And be able to grab, they can identify where that gold is. And now they can go down and pull it out themselves without even informing the government about it. I don't need any of that other stuff. And I think that's why this is being suppressed. When I first took it over the radio, I had these 2 testifiers, both colonels, they've been there for 30 years. When I go in on the radio, he said, the people at radio said, let's see if we can keep it. They didn't know I had all these other patents around me that I had. They had no idea, but it's usage. If they use it, the world changes. If they ignore it, we'll cease to exist because we'll continue down this wrong path.
So do you think that intelligent life in all places of the universe is figured this out already?
If they're not here, because you don't use power to go from one place to another. You decouple from the electric pole. You decouple from the earth, and guess what? The earth pulls away from you at its speed. You decouple from the solar system, it pulls away at its speed. You decouple from the galaxy, it pulls away from you. That's all you really need to do, but they didn't know how to decouple. In 2 years, I won't need props anymore. I use molecular excitation, which is all inside.
So one of the things about this whole back-end engineering thing that you keep hearing about, the back-end engineering, is gravity. Is that there's a system, this is what Bob and Zar talking about, there's a system, there's a stable element called element 115 that was just theoretical until they discovered that it actually exists in a particle collider in the 2000s. He was talking about this tonight. And what he's saying is that there's some sort of stable element that gets bombarded with electricity and it creates this gravity wave.
That you can do that, or you can just, like with music, use a discordant tone. And those tones will push away. There's a particular tone that the earth is in. There's a particular tone, key of A. It's 432 hertz, the Schumann resonance. You just have the opposite tone to that, and it will be pushed away from it. You don't, the same way a bubble at the bottom of the ocean doesn't use any energy to get to the top. But because it's completely in opposition to its environment, the environment pushes it away. That's what you do with your intelligent race. You can use a oar and try to swim across the ocean. You can get across that, but an intelligent species like L1 said will use a sail and they'll tack and make their way across. You use the energy, that's what you know it is. It's supposed to be the Tao ray, which is the movement, which is not forcing the Japanese to say Judo in a partial sense, but it's still using energy of your opponent against you without excessive solar system moves away from it.
So, in that sense, you could move at insane speeds and not experience G-force.
No, nothing whatsoever. And that's what the linchpin of the angles of incidence allows us to know. We can decouple from these 6 relative positions.
So when we feel G-force, like when you're in a, have you ever flown a fighter jet before?
Yeah.
You feel those insane G-forces. What that is the resistance of the Earth itself. Of the spin of the Earth itself.
Of our centrifugal placement. Remember, the Earth is spinning. The solar system is spinning and acting in force. The galaxy is spinning and acting in force.
So now all this force is pushing down.
If you decouple from it,
then you have no force pushing you through, and you can essentially travel instantaneously anywhere if you have the right frequency.
Right frequency. It's all frequency. It's all frequency. And now at the right angles of incidence. You can't get there with Cartesian space or getting 90 degrees, 45 degree points. You can't really get there. You have to have the truth, and that's why I think I was giving hey, let's stop destroying the planet. You don't need oil to do all of the things you're doing. You know, we can now take, right now we're writing a patent. I'm working with Jeff Hughes, another mathematician that we work with, me and Chris, another patent where we're able to take the radioactive decayed water that we've been using to cool those rocks and use the proper angles of incidence, proper heating. We can reverse that radioactive decay so in days and not take 100 years. It's just a change of pressure and motion conditions. When I was talking to Jeff Yee about it, he was like, well, we can use neutrinos coming from the sun and saw that there was a different relationship, like I was saying before.
Are you ready for the thrill and excitement of life in a post-apocalyptic hellscape? By popular demand, this month's creative learning classes are on wilderness survival. Courses and crafting materials are now available. Artisan's Corner has everything you need to make your next survival project a success. Artisan's Corner is the place for creative hands-on learning, and the Wilderness Survival Experience is our most popular program yet.
pressure condition that's happening, and therefore the electricity is able to have a greater effect upon it. You know, it's like, oh, no, how do you know that the pressure is greater, you know, at Venus? And I was like, oh, you still think there's a void. You know, we'll send a probe there and see how the pressure increases, and send the probe out and see how the pressure decreases. The greater, closer to the sun, or the apex, or the primary, the closer to it, the higher the pressure. The further away, the less the influence. Your child, my child, you get my child around me, I've got a great deal of influence on him. And he behaves the way I expect him to behave. You take him outside, you know, to a theme park, and I'm not there, they run crazy. Because I'm not there to act upon them. So you can use that for propulsion at the same time.
I feel like we could do 100 of these podcasts.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Attention citizens, nuclear strike imminent. Please exit the area at your earliest convenience. Thank you for your cooperation.
I hope somebody knows what they're doing. Land, you big bitch! Chancellor Cheeks, that's a fire-ass username!
Ugh.
Yo, who the fuck wants a bunch of nuke keys? I got like 11 of them and I don't do that shit.
Outside that way. We did explore straight right with a walking mountain.
Building something big here. Don't get left behind.
Deacon, do not go that far over there, man. You will get fucking murdered.
Glad she held on the way in. We'll see about the way out.
So we got some breaking news right now. This just happened like an hour ago. There is not much information on this, so I want to put out a disclaimer that we literally only have one picture to go off of. I'm sure more information will be revealed in the coming hours, days, whatever, but right now, as I'm working on my new video, I wanted to just put my thoughts out there on this. Wow, I never would have thought that this would happen. There is going to be a
Here we are, eh, girl?
inside of Fortnite.
New horizons.
This is obviously due to the hype of the television show, because I would imagine that most people that play Fortnite are not Fallout fans, and most Fallout fans aren't Fortnite fans. I just feel like it's two separate worlds that are colliding, and this collab never would have ever happened in the history of mankind if it was not for the television show, of course. As we all know, the show opened up Fallout to an insanely large audience, the most general audience possible, and it brought in a whole lot of fans. I mean, Fallout was all over TikTok, which is, you know, that's a huge gateway to a very casual audience of consumers. No disrespect if you are one of them, I'm just saying, you know, TikTok is a very easy to access site that just information is basically dumped at you. And so Fallout being as popular as it is now, I mean, this was very unexpected,
or it would be a good day if I didn't have hordes of rapscallions defacing the white spring.
We see a T60 power armor set right there, and I don't know if that's a new location.
Ma'am?
Artisan's Corner is the place for creative hands-on learning, and the wilderness survival experience is our
Please
most
do
popular
not
program yet.
interfere with resource security patrols.
Are you ready for the thrill and excitement of life in a post-apocalyptic hellscape? By popular demand, this month's creative learning classes are on wilderness survival. Courses and crafting materials are now available.
about you? Stop wasting my time. I think there's a real spark between Rose and me. you better when I am wasted. I love the smell of corpses in the morning. I miss the days when there were more things to kill. If I do not get more jet soon, I will blow a fuse. Sometimes I think about burning this camp down.
Don't worry, I won't tell.
I wonder what human flesh tastes like. This camp could use more corpses. not get more dead soon. I will blow up yous. A stem back. I would rather find some psycho. I need to try some Lucas Shack. I hear it's a real trip. I love the smell of corpses in the morning. I could save time if I just steal supplies instead. Get out of my way. I miss the days when there were more things to kill. This gig sure is a downgrade from killing people for Rose. not get more jet soon, I will blow up yous. Sometimes I think about burning this camp down. I love the smell of corpses in the morning. Is that some whiskey? Taste it. I think there's a real spar between Rose and me.